Every single day, over 45 million people go on a diet and 95% of them fail within a year. But what if the problem was never what you were eating but when? If you've ever tried cutting carbs, tracking every calorie, or white-knuckling your way through another diet only to be back at square one a few weeks later, I want you to know something. That is not a willpower problem. That is a biology problem. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how intermittent fasting actually works on a cellular level, which beginner schedule is the right on-ramp for your life, and what to do in those first few days so you don't quit before the magic kicks in. Let's get into it. The metabolic switch. Here's the thing most diet culture will never tell you. Your body has two completely different fuel systems and most of us have only ever used one of them. Right now, if you're like the majority of people, your body runs on glucose, the sugar that comes from every meal, every snack, every sip of juice. That fuel system works. Every single time you eat, your body releases a hormone called insulin. I want you to think of insulin as the gatekeeper of your fat cells. When insulin is high, the gate is locked. Your body literally cannot access the fat sitting in your cells. It doesn't matter how hard you exercise or how little you eat in that moment, the gate is shut. But here's what intermittent fasting does. It sends the gatekeeper on a break. When hours pass between meals, insulin drops, and when insulin drops, the gate opens. Your fat cells finally release their energy, and your body starts burning it for fuel. Your body's second fuel source is called ketones, and researchers describe these as premium fuel. They burn cleaner than sugar, they create less cellular stress, and they deliver something remarkable, a steady, sustained mental clarity that most people have never experienced before. Number 3 p.m. crash. No brain fog. Just clean, focused energy. And here's the part that blew my mind. A 2025 meta-analysis in the Journal of Chemical Health Risks looked at 16 clinical trials and over 1,600 participants. Their finding? The metabolic benefits of fasting: improved insulin sensitivity, better blood sugar control, lower blood pressure. Those benefits happened independently of weight loss. Your cells start healing before the scale even moves. After just a few days of keeping a consistent fasting window, your insulin begins to stabilize, hunger starts to feel more predictable, and many people notice a quiet, gentle lift in their baseline energy. That's the switch beginning to flip. Real quick, if you're ready to finally understand your metabolism and take back control of your energy, hit subscribe. Every week we drop new science-backed guides right here. Now, back to it. Choosing your on-ramp. Here's where most beginners make their first mistake. They see the 16:8 on a YouTube thumbnail. They jump straight in, and 3 days later they're miserable and they quit. Let's break this down properly. Think of the fasting schedules like a highway on-ramp. You don't merge at 80 miles per hour from a dead stop. You accelerate gradually. That's exactly what gives this time to work. The first schedule is the 12-12, the beginner's choice. You fast for 12 hours and eat for 12. This one is shockingly easy because most of the fast happens while you sleep. If you eat dinner at 7 p.m. and breakfast at 7 a.m., you're already doing it. This is your week 1 starting point. Next is the 14-10, the natural progression. The Zoe Big If study found that a consistent 10-hour eating window was often more effective for energy and mood than more extreme restrictions. This is a powerful sweet spot. Push dinner to 6 p.m., eat breakfast at 8. Done. Then there's the 16-8, the popular standard. This is the one you've probably seen everywhere. 16 hours fasting, 8 hours eating. For many people, this is the long-term home base. Important note: research shows that eating earlier in the day, called early time restricted feeding, or ETRF, delivers significantly better insulin benefits than eating later. So noon to 8 p.m. works, but 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. works even better. And finally, the 5-2, the social lifesaver. If weekends are sacred and your social calendar makes daily restriction feel impossible, the 5-2 is your answer. 5 normal days, 2 non-consecutive days where you eat roughly 500 calories, same metabolic benefit, more flexibility. Whatever window you choose, consistency beats intensity every single time. A 12-12 done every day for 30 days will outperform a 16-8 you abandon after 3. Choose the schedule that feels like a 7 out of 10 on the difficulty scale, challenging but sustainable. Once you lock in your window and keep it consistent for 2 weeks, your hunger hormone ghrelin actually begins to sync to your schedule. You'll stop feeling hungry outside your window. Your body learns the new rhythm. The rules of the fast. Alright, you've picked your window. Now you need to know the golden rule. During your fasting hours, anything that spikes insulin breaks the fast. I want you to imagine your fasting window as a dimmer switch. Your goal is to keep that switch as low as possible, close to zero insulin, close to zero sugar signaling. Certain things keep it low. Others flip it right back up. Here's what's safe. Still, sparkling, or sea salt water your best friend. A pinch of sea salt in water can even blunt hunger waves immediately. Black coffee, no sugar, no creamer, no syrups. Coffee actually enhances fat burning during a fast. Unsweetened tea, green, black, or herbal, all safe. And sugar-free, calorie-free electrolytes non-negotiable, and we'll cover exactly why in a moment. Here's what breaks the fast. Any calories or sugar, even just a bite of food, triggers an insulin response. Cream, milk, or flavored creamers in coffee, a tiny splash is unlikely to cause a major spike, but if you're going for pure fasting benefits, keep it black. And artificial sweeteners, research shows that sweet taste alone, even without calories, can trigger a metabolic response in some individuals, confusing the system. This is especially true for zero-calorie sodas. Once you train yourself to stay truly fast safe, you'll notice the hunger waves become shorter and less intense. Most hunger passes within 20 minutes. Distract yourself, drink sparkling water, keep moving. You're not starving. You're burning. The electrolyte secret and surviving the first week. Let me tell you why most people quit intermittent fasting in the first 5 days, and it has absolutely nothing to do with willpower or hunger. When insulin drops during your fast, your kidneys shift into what I call flush mode. They stop retaining sodium, and they dump it out in your urine, taking water and other critical minerals with it. That's why you get the headache. That's the fatigue. That's the brain fog. You're not hungry. You're depleted. Your 3 essential minerals during a fast are sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Sodium is the most critical. A pinch of sea salt in your water can stop a headache in its tracks. Think of sodium as the foundation. Without it, nothing else works. Potassium prevents muscle cramps and heart palpitations. Get this from your eating window through avocado, leafy greens, and fish. And magnesium is the relaxer mineral. Low magnesium shows up as irritability, poor sleep, and muscle tightness. Almonds, pumpkin seeds, and dark chocolate in your eating window are your allies. Here's a bonus tip most guides miss entirely. As your body shifts into fat burning, it ramps up its demand for B vitamins, specifically B1 and B2. A deficiency in B2 can cause fatigue and even hair thinning during prolonged fasting. The fix? Add non-fortified nutritional yeast to your meals. It's a natural, bioavailable B vitamin powerhouse. Now let's talk about troubleshooting your first week. If you hit hunger waves, remember they're driven by a hormone called ghrelin, and they last about 20 minutes. Drink sparkling water, walk around, call someone, they will pass. If you get a headache, add sea salt immediately, that solves it 90% of the time. If your blood sugar seems slightly higher in the morning despite not eating, don't panic. This is called the dawn phenomenon. Your liver releases a small surge of glucose to help you wake up. It's normal. The pro move is to do a short walk or light workout first thing in the morning to burn that free sugar and deepen your fat burning state. And if you crash after eating, that's a sign of insulin resistance. The good news? It fades as you continue. Your cells are literally being reprogrammed. By the end of week 2, most people report a remarkable shift. The hunger is quieter, the energy is steadier, and for the first time, they feel like they're working with their body, not fighting it. That feeling is your metabolic switch flipping on. Here's the single most important mindset shift I want you to take away from this video. We don't lose weight to get healthy. We get healthy to lose weight. Intermittent fasting is not a punishment, it is not deprivation. It is your body getting the rest it has been asking for, a chance to stop processing, start repairing, and finally burn the energy it's been storing. Your one action step today, just one, is to decide on your starting window. Pick the 12-12. Set a stop eating alarm on your phone for tonight. And show up tomorrow morning knowing you've already done 7 hours of your fast in your sleep. That's it. That's the gentle approach. Consistent, simple, and backed by real science. Now here's my question for you, and I genuinely want to know, drop it in the comments right now. Which fasting window are you starting with? The 12-12, the 14-10, the 16-8, or the 5-2? Write it down. Making that public commitment is one of the most powerful things you can do for your consistency.